Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the weekly show, episode 2. Before we jump in, I would like to spotlight my first subscriber, Julian Rex Morello. Thanks, Julian, for being the first to support the channel. Now let's get started. Two companies, Apple and Samsung, both duking it out for control over the 5G industry. In this podcast, we will compare the two companies' newest smartphones and see if we can figure out which is better. At the time of publishing, Apple has three 5G phone models. The iPhone 12 series, 13 series, and SE 3rd generation are all serviced by the new network. Samsung, on the other hand, has released many 5G phones, but the most popular now, according to AndroidCentral.com, appears to be the new Samsung Galaxy S22 series. Now that we have the company's 5G listings, we can compare the device's specifications. Starting with the S22 series, we'll find that it has a 6.1-inch length, a healthy weight of 5.89 ounces, and a sweet 12-megapixel camera, which, shall I mention, has 5 lenses. The selfie camera is almost as good with a nice 10 megapixels. Some more, shall we say, technical specs of the S22 feature an Android 12 software platform, 8GB of RAM, 1TB of total storage, and a Exynos 2200 chip. The S22 series can take videos of shocking quality with 30 frames per second video speed. That should probably be enough information on Samsung's part, so now we can probably move on to Apple. With a height of 6.33 inches, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, that is a serious mouthful. Seriously, guys. Man, try saying that again and again and again. Man. It's just a tad longer than the Samsung Galaxy S22 series. Ultra, sorry. I keep mixing up my title words there. It might even be a bigger mouthful than the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Whew. A weight of 8.46 ounces makes the S22 about 3 ounces lighter than the Pro Max, which I guess makes sense because of the added length. The 13 Pro Max is a 12-megapixel camera, same as the S22 series, although it has a pyramid camera configuration, unlike the former, which stays in a more plain, vertical configuration. It also has 4 different choices of storage, from 128GB to 1TB. Since I'm trying to go with the best specs of each device, I'm going to assume the specific iPhone 13 we're talking about has the 1TB storage option. It runs off of iOS 15.x operating system, I think. Don't mark my words on that. Both companies manage their software in different ways, so it can be hard to compare them on the same level. An easy 6GB of RAM reside within this engineering marvel with an Apple A15 processor to drive it. And finally, to top it off, the 13 contains 30 frame per second videos. Now that we have the statistics on both of these devices, we can compare them and see which has better specifications. Starting with the Samsung S22 Ultra, we'll see that the design is shorter than the 13 Pro Max. Bigger isn't always better, but, well, it is, since we need to be rating them. With this in mind, I'll have to say that there are no points to give to Samsung on this one. The 13 Pro Max is larger than the S22, with the length being 6.33 inches. The score is 0 to 1. Since Samsung has more 5G phones than Apple, will give them a point. 1 to 1. Since the S22's weight of 5.89 ounces is less than the iPhone 13 Pro Max's weight of 8.46 ounces, we'll give them a point. 2 to 1 is the score. The cameras are the same, so no points anywhere. The S22 has 5 cameras, while the iPhone 13 Pro Max has 3. But the amount of cameras that you have on the device does not determine the camera quality, so I'll still not add any points on for that. The S22 has a 12-megapixel front camera and a 10-megapixel selfie camera. The iPhone 13 Pro Max has a 12-megapixel front camera and a 12-megapixel selfie camera. That's a point for Apple. The score is 2 to 2. The platforms are entirely different, so you can't really compare them. No points. The S22 has 8GB of RAM, while the 13 Pro Max has 6. Point for Samsung. 3 to 2. Both phones are the same with storage. According to TechArena24.com, the Apple A15 processor is better than the Samsung Exynos 2200 chip. 3 to 3. Our final score is a tie between Apple and Samsung. 3 to 3 points. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, time for our free browse feature of the podcast, where I'll actively search the internet for information relating to the subject. It says here that the S22 and S22 Plus are great to satisfy the needs of most mainstream users in a high-end slab-style Android phone, which will get them through their daily tasks reliably. That's according to TheVerge.com. According to Tom's guide, it says that the Galaxy 22 features modest, if not earth-shattering improvements. From last year's Galaxy 21, it's the Samsung phone to get if you want premium features for less than $1,000. It appears that both of these devices can't really be compared. That's an interesting. I don't think this is a usual thing that'll happen to us very often on this podcast. These both devices seem to be exact equals. So, if you came with the question, should I buy an iPhone 13 or S22? Buy either one. So, yeah. Before we wrap up this video, I'd like to state that any inaccuracies that showed up are not deliberate on my part. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to comment down below on which brand you prefer. Hit that like and subscribe button with every nuclear weapon you own. If you don't own any, then your mouse will do. Subscribe to all Mr. Beast related channels, and I'll see you next week.